Welcome back to Unsolved Mysteries, the podcast where we dive deep into some of the most perplexing and chilling cases in history. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jamie. Today we're discussing one of the most infamous and enigmatic serial killers of all time, the Zodiac Killer.
The Zodiac Killer terrorized Northern California in the late 1960s and early 1970s. Despite numerous investigations and a wealth of evidence, the killer's identity remains unknown to this day.
That's right, Alex. The Zodiac Killer is known for his cryptic letters and ciphers sent to newspapers, taunting the police and the public. Let's start by giving our listeners a brief overview of the case.
The Zodiac's first confirmed murders occurred on December 20th, 1968, when high school students Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday were shot and killed near Vallejo, California. Just 6 months later, on July 4th, 1969, Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mago were attacked in a similar manner. Michael survived and provided a description of the attacker.
Then, on August 1st, 1969, the Zodiac sent his first letters to the Vallejo Times-Herald, the San Francisco Chronicle, and the San Francisco Examiner. Each letter contained a part of a 408 symbol cryptogram, which the Zodiac claimed would reveal his identity.
Interestingly, the cryptogram was solved by a high school teacher and his wife just a week later. However, it didn't reveal the killer's identity. Instead, it contained a chilling message about his desire to kill and collect slaves for the afterlife.
The Zodiac's next attack occurred on September 27, 1969, at Lake Berryessa. Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were brutally stabbed while picnicking. Cecilia succumbed to her injuries, but Brian survived and provided more details about the attacker.
On October 11, 1969, the Zodiac struck again, killing cab driver Paul Stein in San Francisco. This time, the killer sent a piece of Stein's bloodied shirt to the Chronicle, along with another letter.
The Zodiac continued to send letters and ciphers to the press, each one more taunting and cryptic than the last. Despite numerous suspects and extensive investigations, the case remains unsolved.
Let's talk about some of the key suspects in the case. One of the most well-known suspects is Arthur Leigh Allen. He was a convicted child molester and was linked to the Zodiac through various circumstantial evidence.
Yes, Allen was a prime suspect for many years. He owned a watch with the Zodiac symbol, had access to the same type of ammunition used in the murders, and even mentioned the idea of hunting people to a friend. However, DNA and handwriting analysis did not match him to the Zodiac letters.
Another suspect is Lawrence Kane. He was identified by several witnesses and had a history of mental illness and violence. Kane also lived close to some of the crime scenes and had connections to the victims.
Despite these leads, there was never enough concrete evidence to charge Kane or any other suspect. The Zodiac case remains one of the most baffling mysteries in criminal history.
Before we wrap up, let's discuss the impact of the Zodiac Killer on popular culture. The case has inspired numerous books, movies, and TV shows, including the 2007 film Zodiac, directed by David Fincher.
The Zodiac's cryptic letters and ciphers have also fascinated amateur sleuths and codebreakers for decades. In fact, one of the Zodiac's ciphers, the 340-character cipher, was only recently solved in 2020 by a team of codebreakers.
It's incredible how this case continues to capture the public's imagination. The mystery of the Zodiac Killer endures, and perhaps one day we'll finally uncover the truth.
That's all for today's episode of Unsolved Mysteries. Thank you for joining us as we explored the chilling case of the Zodiac Killer. If you have any theories or thoughts, feel free to share them with us on our social media channels.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review if you enjoyed the episode. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.